Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown, Dunkirk, and Westfield, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County.
The Chautauqua Center.
Are you looking for affordable medical, dental, or counseling services? The Chautauqua Center is always accepting new patients at their Jamestown and Dunkirk locations. They offer discounted prescriptions and accept all insurances. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. Well, I hope you're having a warm morning. It's been a bit chilly the last couple days, and winter came, and winter's going to leave again tomorrow. I think, and bite your tongue, Justin. He says it'll be back again. Of course it will. It's quite an interesting winter, to say the least, if you're living here in Chautauqua County. Like many of you, I have not put any of my clothes away that I normally put away. One day it's spring, one day it's almost summer, then we're back to winter, and I don't have an answer for that one, but it's interesting. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for joining us here live on channel 1301 on Spectrum. And then if you are watching us live streaming, good morning from wherever you are in the world. Glad you could join us. As always, please leave us a little note, or at least like us so that we know that you watched it, and then we're going to stick you on our map with stick pins, and we're tracking you across the world. So anyways, good morning. Also want to say good afternoon to all our friends that are listening on WRFA 107.9 in Jamestown, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. Glad you could join us. I had the opportunity to listen to the show the other day. I was working on something, and I said, I'll put the radio on. So I did something that many of you may not realize, but you can get an app for your iPhone or whatever phone you use, and it's WRFA's app. You load it, it's free, and you can listen to this show anywhere in the world, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, or any other of the fine programs they have throughout the week. And you can carry it with you. It's great. So anyways, great opportunity to keep in touch with local news and things that are going on here in Chautauqua County. Today's kind of an exceptionally interesting day in that it's February 29th. For those of you having a birthday, here we are 4 years later. Happy birthday again. I remember we had a couple kids in school that we celebrated their birthdays every 4 years and made a big deal about it. But happy leap year. I think this is the first time we've ever done this show on leap year day, so I guess that's a first. Okay, if you are listening or watching and you are interested in sharing some information, you have a question for me or my guest, or you have an announcement that you want to make for your club or organization, give us a call at 716-753-5225. Happy to talk with you. And again, it's always free of charge. Randy's on the other side of the wall. He takes the phone calls and he'll pipe you into my system here and we'll chat with you, okay? So don't be shy. All right, let's see. Well, I realized last week that I actually coined a new word, and it wasn't until I got halfway through the show that I realized what I said. So just in case you missed it, there's a new word in our vocabulary called Dogminster. It is another name for the Westminster Dog Show. I've been talking about that all week. Everybody I talked to said, I kind of like that, Dogminster. Oh boy, sometimes Saturday mornings are tough. Hey, congratulations to the National Comedy Center. They have been named the best new museum in the United States. How cool is that? So we all cheered for Fredonia when they had their business revolution. Booyah! They got the big prize. And now down in Jamestown, they got the best new museum in the country. We voted and voted and voted. I had that little prompt on my phone, and it kept dinging every day, and it told me to go vote. So good for us, Chautauqua County, and for those of you that did vote. We're really on the move here in the county, and I'm just so proud to be part of all of that. So great. And in breaking news, I just got word on this little piece of paper here, so please pay attention. Our engineer, Jeff Zook, from what I've been told, has 2 more workdays till he retires. How is that possible that he's that old? He doesn't look like he could be old enough to retire. Well, anyways, Jeff, whatever your plans are after what your usual work schedule is, we hope the very best for you. And you better show up next week. Okay. We have a bunch of community announcements. And as I always tell you, you can mail them to us or email them. You can call in, whatever. Well, these folks chose to basically email us. And so we got a lot of good stuff here. Whew, a couple of these are pretty long, so hang on and I'll do my best to get through them as fast as I can. Okay, Infinity, y'all know about them. We talk about them quite often. Infinity Visual and Performing Arts welcomes a new instructor and a new staff member to their team. Frank Valente will be joining the Infinity Percussion Department as a hand drumming, cultural drumming, and mallet percussion instructor. He is currently offering lessons to students and adults of all ages. Additionally, Laura Becker will be joining the Infinity team as their new office coordinator. That's down here in the corner, I guess. She's got like a big moth in front of her. All right, Frank Valente, the drummer. He's from Rochester, a recent graduate of SUNY Fredonia, where he received a degree in music education and a master's in percussion performance. Frank is a seasoned percussionist and has performed with orchestras, big bands, straight ahead, and jazz fusion bands, musical pits, 21st century contemporary music ensembles, and African drumming ensembles. Frank has performed concerts in Rochester, Buffalo, Jamestown, Pennsylvania, Chautauqua County, Long Island, and New York City. Wowzer. He's also a dedicated educator both in the public schools and at summer music camps, including the rhythm section instructor at the Chautauqua Institute High School Jazz Camp and jazz improvisation instructor at New Horizons Summer Music Festival, to name a few. That's a tongue twister. Frank's journey with African drumming started in high school when he met his master drummer, Bernard Woma. Soon after, he joined his school's African drumming ensemble, where he would learn to play music of the EWE, people of Ghana. In college, he performed with the top African drumming ensembles for 6+ years, where he played music from Ghana, Guinea, Mali, and Ivory Coast, and, oh boy, Burkina Faso. During his time, he studied with many guest artists, including Bernard Woma of Ghana, Eddie Green of Ghana, Haruna, oh my gosh, Malasimbi of Uganda, and Joyce Woma of Ghana traditional dance. Recently, he has been studying the frame drumming traditions of Egypt, Turkey, and Iraq. Gosh, this is interesting. Frank is also an avid classical and jazz vibraphonist. and currently leads his own groups, including the Frank Valente Trio, and co-leads the jazz fusion collective Mila. He has been fortunate to have performed with the New York Voices, downbeat award-winning band Fredonia New Jazz Ensemble, Christos Rafaelides, John Cross, Bruce Johnstone, and Mike Koppa. I actually performed with Bruce Johnstone. He's a jazz saxophonist. Outside of his work as an educator and gigging percussionist, Frank is a computer music programmer. Wow, this guy's everywhere. His main projects include designing digital synthesizers, guitar pedals, and iPad instruments. Additionally, he has designed computer music systems that improvise, interpret written music, process, and analyze sound, and much more. I think we have to have this gentleman on the show. Okay, Laura Becker, who is the office coordinator, is originally from Akron, Ohio, has had a lifelong involvement in the arts as a dancer, visual artist, musician, seamstress, and theater student. She received a BA in theater with a focus in nonprofit arts administration from Baldwin Wallace University in 2014. Laura recently spent 2 years in Woodstock, New York, developing her work as an independent singer-songwriter, and is in the process of recording her first album. Good on her. She believes in the intrinsic value of the arts for all ages, and that is never too late in life to explore a new artistic passion. She's incredibly inspired by the entrepreneurial and artistic spirit of Jamestown and is excited to contribute to such a wonderful community. Laura is thrilled to be part of the Infinity team and will work to further its excellence. If you're interested in anything I just talked about or new student orientation that's coming up on March 19th, give me a call at 664-0991. Woo-wee. Chautauqua Center has an announcement. Now I'll just give you the brief one on this. Chautauqua Center is excited to announce the addition of a chiropractor to their team of providers. Joel Newberg, DC, is currently accepting new patients at the Chautauqua Center's Dunkirk and Jamestown sites. Dr. Newberg is originally from Portville, New York, and now resides in Dunkirk with his wife and family. He received a degree in exercise science from SUNY Fredonia before attending New York Chiropractic College in Seneca Falls, where he earned his Doctor of Chiropractic degree in 2017. He worked in Dunkirk as an associate chiropractor for 1 year and eventually bought the practice, which he renamed Newberg Spine and Sports. Okay, and let's see, the Chautauqua Center, of course, accepts all insurances, including Medicaid, and offers a sliding fee scale and payment plan. They're open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday, Fridays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you're interested, getting some services from this new doctor, 363-6050, 363-6050. And also, you should know that they have a bilingual patient registration specialist there too. All right, let's move to the next one. This is a funny one. Skunk Junk Kickback fundraiser at St. Susan Center. What could that be? Well, we already know about the tarp skunk, so let's see. The first ever Skunk Junk Kickback fundraiser. That's kind of fun to say. Let me say that again. Skunk Junk Kickback fundraiser raised over $500 for St. Susan Center to go towards daily operations in the fight against hunger in Jamestown. Jamestown Tarp Skunks management are excited about the amount of Tarp Skunks merchandise being sold both at the Jock Shop's official Tarp Skunks team store and the tarpskunks.com online shop. The baseball team wanted to share this positivity with the community. Just to let you know, the Tarp Skunks donate 10% of all the merch that was sold to St. Susan's from Monday, February 10th through February 16th, and they called it their Skunk Junk Kickback, and over $500 was received. And as you know, we just had Bonnie Scott Slate on the show and Jim Collar last week, and they were talking about their song, Soup in a Song, and that program is going on February 27th. Okay, let's keep on moving. I got a lot to talk about here, and I want to keep enough time for my guests that are anxiously to come on. Free online trainings. There's a free online training by Prevention Works. There's the poster. It's available immediately. It's learn anywhere, 24/7. Complete at your own pace. It's free of charge, and you earn 1 credit hour continue education, I think. And you can check this out by going to preventionworks.talentlms.com, or you can give them a call. And they got all kinds of different programs these days, so you can check that out. All right, let's keep on going. Chicken and biscuit dinner, March 9th. This is going to be held at the First Presbyterian Church in Westfield. Who's doing it? The Westfield Memorial Hospital Auxiliary. All right, it's going to be held from 5 p.m. to, they tell me, the last chicken dinner, or 6:30. They sell out quick, so they tell me get down there early. Tickets $10 for adults, $5 for children under 10. Takeout is available, and it goes to a great cause, the Westfield Memorial Hospital. Okay, I think I'm doing this in the right order. Let's see, that's already started, so I'm going to skip that. I want to mention that the STEM Wars is going to be held on March 12th. Manufacturers and schools from throughout the region will come together for STEM Wars. STEM Wars provides students an opportunity to showcase their science, technology, engineering, and math talents in projects. STEM Wars features a variety of competitions and an opportunity for students to meet with area manufacturers to learn about their companies and products. What a great opportunity to get kids together in industry. If you're interested, if you want to be involved at all, give them a call. Tim Piazza, 483-1833. Again, Tim Piazza at 483-1833. And moving right along. Okay, this is a new one that just came through. This is called Sip and Sample. Flavors of Spring with Irish Bling. There's a good one. This is going to be held Saturday, March 14th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Lake Erie Grape Discovery Center over in Westfield on West Main Road. Enjoy samples from 21 Bricks, Johnson Estate, wineries, Willow Creek Winery, Woodbury Vineyards Winery, and plus Big Inlet Brewery, Harrington Maple. There's going to be live music by the Irish fiddle group called Vile Habits. They're going to be samples, Irish and maple themed food tastings. All tastings and entertainment included in ticket price. Pre-sale tickets are $12, $15 at the door. You can get your tickets at the Grape Discovery Center. You can give them a call at 326-2003 or 969-4859. Now remember, if you can't remember all these numbers I'm telling you, this show's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it over and over again until you get the right information. Or you can give us a call and we'll give you the information because we keep all these notes. As I always say, there's always something going on in Chautauqua County here. All right, on March 14th, they're going to turn the river green. Your business can get more green at St. Patrick's Day. Dollars, that is. The Jamestown Community Chamber of Commerce will once again turn the river green for St. Patrick's Day in downtown Jamestown. Everyone is invited to join them at the River Walk in Brooklyn Square for the event at 11 a.m. Saturday, March 14th. It's being sponsored by the Chamber, and there's all kinds of things that are going to be available, food and special promotions and so forth. If you're interested, give Joanna Dalbeck a call at 484-1101. All right. Oh, one more to go. Okay. Oh, this is near and dear to my heart. Okay, and then I have a little note here. What does this say? Oh, okay, I know what that is. All right, Rotary Club of Westfield Mayville Pancake Breakfast. This is one of those mark your calendars. All right, there's going to be a pancake breakfast. I believe this is the third annual on April 4th, and it's going to be from 8 to 11 at the Brockton Central School. And there's going to be all-you-can-eat pancakes, sausage, all-you-can-eat pancakes. You can eat all those, but then they provide, serving of sausage, applesauce, and so forth, coffee, tea, grape juice, and so on. Tickets are only $7. For children ages 6 to 12, $5. Kids under 5 are free. And the team here, we either do takeouts or we go over there and we have a great time. Tickets are available with Tracy Bennett at 326-3800, or you can talk to any Rotarian like myself, and we'll be happy to sell you a ticket. And this just came in late. Sue Poster, the director of the Barcelona Westfield Chamber of Commerce, I gotta say those out slowly. They're promoting their new theme this year. We did the fish one year, we did wine bottles last year, and this year we're doing lighthouses. And that's going to be all over the region. And so if Susan, if you're listening, I need one for our Rotary Club and I need one for Chautauqua Sunrise. So don't sell those two. I need those two. I just got to pay you. So anyways, folks, we're going to be right back. This public service announcements for you. Stay tuned.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm Doc Hamels, and you're watching Chautauqua Sunrise. And I want to frame this discussion quickly because I do want to get to our guest. Okay, in Chautauqua County, we do a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of good things happening. And a lot of the good stuff wouldn't happen if we didn't have good people supporting us. And in many ways, the good people are those that support and donate to foundations, those that run the foundations, and those that sit and volunteer on the foundations to help generate funding for lots of great projects that many of us enjoy here in Chautauqua County. So today we're going to talk to two fine people from the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation, and I want to welcome Diane Hannum, who's the Executive Director, and Ida Lord, who is Communication Relations, or is it, wait a minute, is it Community or Communications?
Community Relations and
Community,
Development Coordinator.
but I think it's Communications because you do a lot of communications for the foundation. So I told Diane when you came in, you folks are the most prepared I've ever had on the show. They gave me a script and everything, and they got it's like a PowerPoint here, and they got inserted pictures. So it says here, who are we, or who we are. So who are you?
Well, that's sometimes hard to answer, but generally speaking, we're here to support the community. We're here to elevate the community. We're here to enhance and improve the community. We recognize we live in a fantastic area, all those things you just talked about. Yeah. And we're here to make those even better for all of us. Mm-hmm.
Why did you get involved with something like this?
Myself personally? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I? I have the best job. Don't tell anybody, but I really do.
You just did. You just told the world.
Yeah, I work with fantastic people, staff, board, volunteers, and over my 20 years with the foundation, it's always something different. Things change, our needs change, new opportunities come up. So that's why I'm there.
Okay. And Ida, good morning.
Good morning.
And so how'd you get involved with the foundation?
Well, I moved back to Fredonia. I grew up here in 2011, and Diane was nice enough to hire me, and it turned out to be a better job communicating the good works of the foundation rather than trying to convince people that a nuclear waste dump in West Valley was a good thing.
They're nicer here.
But I love the foundation. I love the work that we.
Hold on.
I just lost my mic.
I told you that happens, and it happens to me quite often. There you go.
And I love the people. It's just a wonderful community, Northern Chautauqua County, and I'm just so happy to be here.
Okay, so just so we explain things, Emerald and I were talking on the way in. There's a variety of foundations, right?
There.
And there's certain ones that do certain things, and there's ones that are more general and so forth. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just wanted to point out that we have just such a supportive county with a variety of foundations, and everybody's doing good work. Diane, you mentioned needs. What are the needs that your particular foundation helps with?
Well, that's an interesting question because, as you know, needs change, and we just don't focus on needs, we focus on opportunities as well.
Okay. So can you tell us maybe just a couple of those? What comes to mind?
Sure. We've always been interested, and I think everybody would recognize youth services. We want to support our youth. We want to give them opportunities to excel. Always looking for things to do, the youth, I'm sure you hear that all the time. And economic development has been big with us as well. We see those two things working together to improve our community overall.
I'm going to ask you a really hard question.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean by community?
Well, community is the people that come together to help each other. And the recent voting that we've had in the county shows that our community is just very strong. They pull together. It's just very impressive how close we are as a community, all of northern Chautauqua County.
Okay, so when you say northern Chautauqua County, can people from other parts of the county be involved with your foundation?
Most definitely, most
Okay.
definitely.
It just so happens you're in the north.
That's right, that's right.
Because we have our good friends in the south as well,
That's right,
All
right.
And I suspect you work together from time to time?
We do, more and more. We work
Okay.
together with Tori and her team.
Excellent. And Tori's been on the show some time ago, but yeah, I think when she just came on. All right, now I'm going to try to work with you on your script here that you sent.
Well,
okay?
it's just no.
No. This is good because you've done so much work on this. So when you talk about people, you talk about your board. Now, do you have a picture or something that goes? You just tell us when you want pictures to pop up. So and Jeff will magically make that.
No, I don't have a board. Oh, we have our voting members.
Right, right.
All right. So what is that all about? So
Those are our volunteers.
These are two groups. These are our board members and our voting members. And if you can see, if you expand things, and if you go to the H's, there should be somebody we recognize. And that would be you.
That'd be me. I'm somewhere on there.
Thank you so much for serving as a board member.
You're welcome.
Also included in that list are our voting members, but our volunteers go beyond this list here.
Okay.
We have to calculate our number of volunteers, I think for our audit or 990 or something, and we have close to 100 volunteers
That's terrific.
every year.
I think people at one point thought volunteerism was dead. I mean, maybe about 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was hard to get people to come out. It seems like it's kind of coming back.
I would say so. I mean, the younger population, they're interested in serving. They're interested in hands-on service. They want to get involved, not just by giving money or just responding to things. They want to be involved from start to finish.
Now, my understanding is that your voting members are not board members, but they're people that represent their communities that can voice their opinions once a year, or how's that
Throughout
work?
the year. I like to consider, and Ida, jump in with your thoughts too, they're ambassadors.
Okay.
So they talk about the foundation out in the communities. You mentioned the various communities in northern Chautauqua. We work very hard to make sure that we represent the community and our voting members, all our volunteers. So we have individuals from Ripley, like yourself. We have representatives from Irving, from Casadega, throughout northern Chautauqua.
So it's never just skewed in one particular
Oh, no.
community, because people sometimes say, well, they only get money.
No. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Now, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, because no, this is easy. Emerald and I drove in together today, and she says, who's going to be on the show? Because we have this discussion every week. And I told her, you were going to come from the foundation. And so I kind of gave her what I call the elevator speech of what a foundation is. So how about for those that are viewing and listening right now anywhere, what do we mean by a foundation? How does it work?
Okay, that's a good question. Ida, would you answer that? No, I'm kidding. Generally, foundations are focused on building endowments for whatever their purpose is. Endowments, not everybody understands, right? So an endowment gift we hold. So you give me $10, the foundation never spends that $10. We invest it. The income from that investment goes out into the community. As such, we will exist in perpetuity. Ida has a visual. I don't know how close you can get on that.
We
Oh,
can
fantastic.
zoom right in there.
So you look at the first,
You want the bottom part?
there,
All right,
yes.
There we go. All right.
first you see a tree. So that would be the $10 that you just gave us. We
Okay.
plant the tree. We nurture it. It grows. So that's the center picture. And as it grows, there are apples at the bottom of the tree. We take the apples, that's the growth, and we give it away in the community. After 50 years, it continues to grow and grow and grow.
Some of the apples make trees.
Exactly. That's a good point. We never considered adding that. But your gift...
You're welcome.
Yeah. The $10 doesn't go anywhere. It just gets bigger. As such, we'll exist in perpetuity.
So
We're not
forever
going
and ever.
away. We've been here 30... Have we gone by 35 years yet?
34.
Okay. So
Okay.
we're not going anywhere.
So people may be listening right now and say, well, what if the board says, we're tired, this place is no longer functioning, we'll just spend the money down?
Can't do that.
Why?
Yep.
Why?
Well, because we're held in endowment, we have individual agreements with, again, using yourself as an example. We tell you, we're going to invest that gift, and we're going, if you have a particular interest in youth or in the arts, we'll direct your gift, your income to that. Or if you say, I want to support the community at large, we'll put it through one of our grants programs.
Okay, so you're bound legally to do this. There's no way
We
to
are.
get around it.
There's
And-
not.
We're here forever.
Well, and that's the point I'm trying to make, is that people should know that when they contribute their money, it's safe, it's being
Yep.
invested, and they can come down and say, well, how's my money
Yep.
doing, right?
Most definitely.
Okay, well, you gave me a nice kind of overview. So it says here grant funds in 2019. So you want to speak to that one?
In 2019, our grants programs, we have multiple funds that contribute to our grants programs. They're called unrestricted funds. Last year, they awarded $1,147,439 in grants out to our nonprofits in the community.
Whoa. That means that you had money that grew this much money?
Absolutely.
Just like that tree?
Yep. Most,
Yes.
yep.
$1,147,439.
That's a lot of apples.
That's a lot of money.
That includes our grant programs that are like our community grants and
We have some photos, Ida. Can you speak to those maybe? Who, are these
yes.
people that got some
the
of the money?
Greystone Nature Preserve.
Oh, yeah. Diane
Right.
and Bill have been on the
Yeah,
show.
it's a
Sure.
great group.
They received an environmental grant to bring I think kindergarten and some of the younger children to Greystone for day camps and to learn about nature. Partners in Kind, we gave them a grant to put benches out in the community to remind people, be kind.
Yeah.
Have a seat, but be kind. The Academy Heights received a Community Pride Program grant to better their community. So this is a photo of somebody out in the community in Dunkirk working on making their community bright and cheerful
Excellent.
and
Wonderful.
appealing. In Forestville, Imagine Forestville, it's a fairly new organization, received a grant to do a historic survey of their old buildings, houses, churches. That was a community grants program.
Okay.
But we also, people like Diane mentioned, those were unrestricted grants. They can put their money with the foundation and have it directed to a certain organization. This total also includes those grants.
All right, so you have money that has to go in a particular direction and money
Right.
that can go most anywhere.
To the grants programs,
now,
right.
Going right along with Emerald, because we were talking on the way, like I said, and she said, because she's very interested in animal, especially canine rescue.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
We support them.
I'm actually going to college to own a canine rescue.
She's going to
Oh,
college
wow.
for that. So when she establishes her rescue, could she apply for a grant?
Any charitable organization, we like to say you need to be designated as a 501c3, which is an IRS term that shows you're a charitable organization.
All
We support Canine Rescue in Westfield. We support the Lakeshore Humane Society. We have a fund, Fix Your Feline, that supports neutering and spaying of cats in particular.
Okay, and then my last question that Emerald and I had in our discussion is,
Okay.
what is a grant?
What is a grant?
Yeah.
A grant is, now there are all sorts of ways you can apply for grants. So the most popular program and the one that gets the most publicity is our community grants program. So 2 times a year, organizations like Canine Rescue can come to us and ask for funds, right? We have a committee that looks at those, they do research, they go out to the site, and they decide who's going to get funds for that round. So we accept applications 2 times a year, in the spring and the fall. Applications for the spring are due tomorrow. So tomorrow by midnight. So it's not too late. You put in a letter. It's actually pretty simple if you have a project in mind.
Okay, now everybody's looking for money, all organizations. I mean, money seems to be getting thinner and thinner out there as far as support at times. So if people are watching right now, is there like a general rule of thumb, like between $1 and so many dollars that you kind of cap it, or you know, just kind of like for their
Right.
own purpose of planning and thinking,
Right.
would I be interested in even applying for this? You know.
Right, right. We recently made those guidelines a little looser. So we've given grants up to $15,000 through this program, and they probably go down to, excuse me, about $1,000.
Okay.
In the fall, we gave a grant right down the hill here in Westfield to Lakeshore Arts Center, $15,000 to help equip kind of a media room.
You gave Rick Mascaro $15,000?
We did. They do fantastic work.
I'm part of that group.
He didn't tell you? He didn't tell you?
No, I like to.
Yeah.
Rick and I
I
have a
know.
lot of fun together. No,
Fantastic
it's
organization.
unbelievable.
It is.
Jackie Phillips, I know was
Yeah.
part of that, and they've actually dragged me. I don't know how I got into this as sort of a consultant.
you're a
of it.
musician. You're a
Yes, I
musician.
am, and I'm also an actor. You probably didn't know that.
I did not.
Most people wouldn't consider that either. But anyway, we oh, that's right. Everyone, but that was a different organization. All right. So, well, good. What's this Give Big CHQ?
Well, we'd like to leverage our manpower. We working together. The Give Big Chautauqua, we're partnering with the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation to do Give Big Chautauqua throughout Chautauqua County. And last year we raised over $184,000 for nonprofits. It's each nonprofit does their own program.
That just
but
happened,
we
right?
coordinated.
About a month ago, maybe?
No, this was in June.
June, okay.
There is a, excuse me, a Giving Tuesday.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. We announced that here.
Yeah,
I did
around
a lot of
holidays.
announcing, yeah.
Some organizations do both, but we partner for the Give Big. And last year, together, we were able to help nonprofits raise over $184,000.
So you just sort of gave them a voice.
the platform to do it.
Awesome.
And the
awesome.
training for the
Right.
organizations. We put in prize money of $25,000 between our organization and Chautauqua Region Community Foundation.
Wow.
And it helps the agencies kind of hone their social media skills because this is executed through social
It's
media.
all online.
Okay.
And it's fun. They have all kind of contests.
I'm going to let you drive the topics as we go because
Uh-oh.
we've got 22 minutes to talk, and I know it seems like a lot of time, but it goes by pretty quick. Okay, so what would you like to talk about next?
Well, let's just talk real quick. Ida mentioned the amount we give, at least in 2019, $1.2 million. And people are familiar, as I said, with our grants program. You apply, you get some funds. Scholarships, you apply, you get some funds. But we also do some things community-wide with partners that help leverage our resources. I'd like to, Ida mentioned Give Big, so that would be one example.
Right.
Another example is our local economic development, or LED initiative. And this started in 2012, and it's been growing and growing every year. But 2 years ago, we made a significant contribution to establish a SEDS position, which is Community Economic Development Specialist. And we hired Nate Aldrich for that position initially. And through his working with municipalities in particular, partnering with similar organizations, we were able to help generate, and I wish I'd brought the exact number, but it's millions of dollars through statewide grants, what they call CFAs. So that's another way we took our funds, we invested it in this position, and we're able to reap, multiple millions of dollars.
So you took grant foundation money,
Correct.
hired somebody to generate more money.
Exactly.
Good way. Good way to
Who
put
had
it.
the vision? Who saw this as a vision?
Just as we talked about earlier, we have fantastic volunteers. And the LED committee, Rich Alexander's involved, Jay Warren, Gina Paradis. I wish I had the whole list. I don't want to leave
lots
anybody
of
else.
people.
And they've been really visionary. Mark Geis actually helped with
Mark's
this
been here.
position as well.
Excellent. That's really futuristic looking.
Oh, it's
isn't it?
fantastic, and Nate's fantastic. He's since
I
moved
know,
on to the county, and we're looking to fill the position again.
Okay, super. Okay, and scholarships, high school scholarships, college, who gets the
Yes.
scholarships?
Well, it's not just high school students. Last year we awarded over $264,000
Let me say that.
Probably over
Let me say that really
265.
loud. $264,000.
in scholarships.
Holy mackerel!
And yes, the majority are for high school students graduating, but we have been encouraging donors to look at non-traditional scholarships for adults returning to the workplace, like my family scholarship. All our family just about received their degrees after they were in the workforce. So that's what our scholarship is geared towards. And there's a lot that do that. There's scholarships for trades, students that are going into the trades rather than in college.
The Paul, no, go ahead. It's a
The
different one.
Dunkirk Labor Area Council is one that comes to mind. But there is a variety. Students should, whether they're high school or already in college or in the workforce, should look at our website to see what's out there as far as scholarships. There's something for everybody.
I'll share a quick story,
okay,
and you know this. You know the story. I'll share this with those who are listening right now. I've been involved with the Masons, a Masonic order, for many, many years, and our lodge in Westfield had some money, and the lodge was slowly fading, but there was money to be had. And so I think I was the one who even suggested that we put the money at the foundation. We created the Beacon Scholarship Award.
That's right.
Looking into the future, like a beacon. And it was a modest amount of money, but it started out, we were given like $100 a year, and I think we're up to over $200 and some dollars. A couple of kids, one kid in Ripley, one kid in Westfield.
Right.
And that's the whole idea, is that money sits there, it never goes away, because you could spend it down really
grows.
fast. But by keeping it there, we're giving scholarship money every year, and we've been giving it away for quite a long
And it
time
grows
now.
every year,
Yeah.
the amount that you're able to give.
And so that's just one example, just personal, that I
Right.
was involved with. That's really cool.
And that brought to mind one thing we didn't mention of when we were talking about endowments. So you mentioned your group and the purpose for which you set it up. That's not going to change.
Right.
Our responsibility to the donor is to make sure that your wishes are carried forth today, tomorrow, and forever. So we're not going to say, we don't want the scholarships to go there anymore. We want them to go to art students, something like that.
Okay.
We're true to our donors.
So if someone's listening right now and they wanted to set up something, whether it's a grant program or a scholarship, they can write the rules?
In general, there are some rules we have of our own, but yes.
We do report to the IRS too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so-
But we're here to serve the donors.
But that would be considered like a restricted
Yes.
type thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's keep on going.
Yep, you bet.
So legacy. I see that word jumping out at me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about legacy, because that's an important term.
It is, and we've kind of alluded in our conversation here about where our money comes from. You know, we get money, our donations run from $5 to tens of thousands to 100 of thousands. I think we did the math once, and the average is around $50. So those are grants and I'm sorry, I keep saying grants, contributions that come to us from living donors. And every year, trying to think what we had last year, right around $1 million in contributions. But our largest gifts come through bequests. People who have passed and prior to their passing have said, hey, I want to leave something to the community. So I'm going to leave something through my will, through my estate plan, through a life insurance policy to the community. And Ida, you may have some more details, or we had a few examples. Is that correct?
Yes. One example was Paul Domamuth. He was a sociology professor at SUNY Fredonia. And that was a surprise. We didn't even know that he knew about the foundation. But he left a sizable amount to us, and we only found one other donation that he made, so it was quite a surprise, but it does make a difference.
And I think, did you have a slide on that?
The
No,
next one.
Janet, the next one for
Jan, okay.
Janet.
All right, let's do that real quick, and we have a caller waiting, so go ahead and do Janet.
And Janet, some people think, well, I don't have that much money. You have to be a millionaire to give. Well, Janet Odell is a good example. When she passed away, she left money in her estate to the Chautauqua County Historical Society Fund at the foundation. And that was because she had a passion for history. And she was also a kindergarten teacher at West Valley Central School.
Westfield.
Or Westfield, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
That's okay.
I
Want to make sure we get it right. I don't want any
Westfield
angry phone
Academy and
callers.
Central School.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's take a phone call, okay? You
Of
ready?
course, yeah.
All right, good morning, caller.
Well, good morning, and good morning to your guests. Thank you for coming on the show. You do wonderful work with helping the different areas in their pursuit of making our life more interesting. And I'm surprised to see so many people on the show this morning with the weather we're having.
Linda, we're tough. We're Chautauquans.
Could you see where you were driving?
You came in from what, Fredonia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I came in from Ripley. Yeah. These guys came from Jamestown.
Right.
Roads were clear.
We're tough.
Yeah, nothing was falling down from the sky.
Yeah, I
so-
guess it's kind of subsided. It was quite a challenge last night coming home from work, not being able to see anything.
That was true. I heard
Right,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that it was pretty messy up here.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, we are recruiting a lot of people for our senior employment program. There are jobs looking in particular for an office person, a clerical position in Jamestown in the senior employment program. We're always looking for drivers for our Meals on Wheels and our carts program and other areas that people might be interested in. They should contact me at the Chautauqua County Office for the Aging,
I'm trying to get
Mayville,
the Jeff
at
to pop that up.
753-4471. And there are also
There it is.
other services with the Office for the Aging. There it is.
There it is. I was willing it. Come on. Okay, 753-4471. And then when they call that number, will they be talking to you personally?
That's not my direct line. They will get the receptionist at the Office for the Aging, but they will connect me.
All right,
I do
super.
have a direct line, but I don't advertise it. It's 753. Well, I do, but not on the air. It's 753-4856.
You just did. Yeah.
Yeah, I just advertised it quickly.
Okay. Super. All right. So if anyone's interested, give Linda Spaulding a call on that. All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
All right, and have a great weekend. And today's the 29th of February.
Yes, I mentioned that. It's hard to believe.
Yes.
My first
thank
leap
you.
year show.
Well, have a great weekend.
You too, then. Stay warm.
You
Okay.
too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Do you have any projects with seniors?
Just when she mentioned Meals on Wheels.
Barry and
yes.
all those other guys.
Well, Deb Pecos in Dunkirk, Fredonia, Meals on Wheels. We've supported them a number of years, various projects. I think we helped with their van. We have helped in the past by the containers that help keep the food hot. But in addition to that, they have an endowment fund with us that benefits their organization directly.
Oh, so somebody sets something up
Yep.
and they get
Their
money every
income,
year.
yep.
Locks
So
right
it's
in.
another way to support organizations if they have a fund with us by giving that money lasts forever, and they reap the benefits from it.
Now,
yearly.
I know this is a little sore subject right now.
Uh-oh.
No, it'll be all right. But a lot of this is driven by Wall Street.
Sure.
And so if the stock market is good, we make a lot of money. If it's not so good,
You know what, though?
less money.
Not to get overly complicated or in my conversation, but we're set up to handle that. We have an
Okay.
investment and spending
you're safe.
policy.
You're
Yep.
safe. All right.
We distribute based on a 20-quarter rolling average.
Okay.
So we don't have the ups and downs. So an agency doesn't get $100 one year and then $5 the next.
Okay.
It smooths things out.
Okay,
So,
super.
not that we like the down markets.
'Cause
But
well, I'm sure people were thinking about that. Okay, so if anyone is interested in the Bequest Society, what do they need to do?
Well, there's different ways that, for one, that they can give to us. A lot of people leave their life insurance, name us in their life insurance policies, their 401ks, other retirement funds.
yeah, sure.
Here's a crazy question: Is there a minimum?
Absolutely
Absolutely
not.
not.
Yeah.
Nope.
We've had $500 gifts, and we've had, you probably knew Ruth Barker Winch, or did you?
Oh,
or not?
absolutely,
Yeah, I mean, we're
absolutely.
talking, I think, close to $2 million, or at least that's what it's worth now.
Yeah, I knew her.
Okay.
I knew her in her 90s.
Yeah,
She was quite
and
a
she
kid.
left
Okay.
gifts for scholarships.
Yes, she did. Yep.
So,
I met her a number of times.
And if they are interested, they can give the office a call, and we'd be happy to sit down and talk to them about the process and what they need to do.
You know, I'm thinking about people that are passionate about certain things in life, and they want to see things continue.
exactly, right.
You know, and so what a great thing.
Right.
All right, let's keep going.
All
Let's
right.
jump into service learning. What's that all about?
Well, service learning grants, this program was the brainchild, he has many thoughts, of Peter Clark. He was on our board at the time and wanted to bring together, get the youth involved in community service. So we created the Service Learning Mini Grant Program. So grants are available to middle and high school teachers who are combining community service with classroom learning. So grants are available up to $500. The deadline for submission is the end of March.
Okay, I think
I
there it
believe.
is. Wow, Jeff,
Right.
right on the money.
Yeah, so here are a few of the projects we funded in the past. The first, Crafty Cards and the Key Club, obviously one's from Fredonia, one's from Casadega, and those, the middle and high school students are doing crafts, kind of small gifts that then go out into the community. In Casadega, they work with a lot of individuals in nursing homes. If you look at the bottom, Robots Are Fun. That was a fantastic program. Dunkirk High School, kind of their students that work with robotics, with type stuff. They did a robot, and they took it to Boys and Girls Club and showed them how things work and had a little competition. So that was a fantastic project. They all are, but that was a good one.
Okay, and you have a fundraiser coming up
Oh,
here
yes.
at Applebee's. Want to talk about that? We have a slide on that. There we go.
Yes.
We talk about that. I'm pretty sure we talked about that here. Go ahead.
Applebee's Flapjack Basket Raffle Fundraiser. It's March 21st. It's a Saturday morning from 8 to 10 at the Applebee's on Vineyard Drive in Dunkirk. And it's a lot of fun. It's more of a community event. We give out tickets to some of the local nursing homes, and they, bring their residents in. Last year we had students in the service learning program help us with the serving, and
Right,
they
that's
just had a ball, and they were right on.
So that's one of those market calendars, and listen to this: short stacks for a tall cause.
Yeah.
Great
Yes.
title.
And we have a great basket raffle. We'll have over 25 baskets. This is our
Ooh.
grand prize, 2
Right.
tickets to Darien Lake.
Well, that's pretty good.
Those tickets will be $5 a piece. The regular basket raffle is 25 tickets for $10.
So these are general admission tickets?
Yes,
anytime?
for the day.
So I don't even know what it costs to go to Darien
Well,
Lake.
they said the value for those 2 tickets was $199.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
No wonder I don't go there.
Right, right.
100
So it's a great
I'm in the
opportunity.
wrong business.
So for $5, you can get 2 tickets.
And then the proceeds obviously go to a great
The
cause.
service learning program.
Now, if someone has a basket they want to donate, how would they get a hold of you?
366-4892 or ilord@nccfoundation.org.
Okay. So let's just keep on going here.
Okay.
We're down to 6.5 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We'll just have to do this again, maybe. So where would you like to jump to next?
Well, we talked a little bit about Give Big Chautauqua, and I'll
Right.
just mention that this year's date's June 11th. Again, we're partnering with Chautauqua Region Community Foundation.
And they're in Jamestown area.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have some training sessions coming up if nonprofits are interested in participating. The first one is March 10th at our office at 212 Lakeshore Drive West in Dunkirk at 9 a.m. And then there's 2 more in Jamestown on the 12th. So if you visit givebigchq.org, you can get the training sessions.
Okay, this is a silly
Last year
question.
we raised over $184,000.
Silly question for you. People are listening right now. They go, "What's a 501c3?" That sounds like
It's a charitable organization.
That's it. Okay, and you filed this with the Internal Revenue
Yes.
Service.
Exactly.
You get the paperwork, and it tells you that you're charitable, and people
There
can
are
get.
other charitable classifications,
But generally, that's a pretty common one.
this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the one that we deal with.
All right, Great Lakes One Partnership.
Yeah,
What's
so-
that all about?
Yeah, so earlier I was talking about other ways we leverage our funds and collaboration. We were lucky enough to be a part of this Great Lakes One Partnership.
Look at that map.
Yeah, look at that map.
There's the Great Lakes.
And all of those little spots are community foundations around the Great Lakes on the U.S. side
Okay.
who are working on this Great Lakes One Water Partnership. So, surprisingly, we are on the Lake Erie team. And the community foundations around Lake Erie, we are working on promoting citizen science using portable technology. So this is really exciting. Mike Jabot from SUNY Fredonia, he's what we are calling our community champion, I think is the name.
Okay.
And we have Dave McCoy working with us, and we should be rolling it out over the summer. Really interesting, and I'm not an environmentalist. I don't know a whole lot about this, but working with our group, we're going to have these portable, I don't want to say the wrong word, spectrometers?
Okay, things you can look through.
No, so I got the wrong word. But things that go in and test the water.
Okay.
And we're trying to pull all the data together, so all of the data around Lake Erie is in one spot. So everybody's using the same data as they go
So
through and do
they're
their work.
testing the pH levels
Yeah.
and they're testing all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and by citizen science, we mean citizens
Mm-hmm.
who are going out, maybe Boy Scouts, maybe college students. They'll be able to check these devices out and go do the testing. It's exciting.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, and if anybody's interested in helping out with this, can they contact your office?
Definitely.
And the
definitely.
number there for that is the same number as you just used?
Yeah, but we're going to say it again,
Okay.
366-4892.
Okay, all right, and we talked a little bit about local economic development. Is there anything more you want to jump in on that?
Well, just that our mission is to advance vibrant economy in northern Chautauqua County. And we recognize that it all comes together. What we do to improve our community helps the county, helps the region. And so that's why we're always working with individuals, not only in the rest of Chautauqua County, but in western New York as well.
Okay, right now we're looking at a map of Chautauqua County.
Yep.
And it's basically showing a pink areas that really is along the lakeshore.
Yep.
Pretty much, from Ripley up to Forestville, Silver Creek areas.
Right.
And you have the towns basically outlined there. So this is the catchment area you're talking about for economic development.
Yep.
All right, so in the long run, what good is it going to do that you do economic development for anybody? So what?
Wow, bringing money into the community, bringing jobs in the
Okay.
community.
So we're talking real investment here.
Yes, definitely. Whether it's investing in participating in a study, for example, maybe you heard about the hops project.
Oh, we've talked
Yes.
about it here, hops and grains.
Isn't that
George
fantastic?
Morello, yeah.
So we made a significant contribution to that study.
Very nice.
Things like that.
Yeah, great. Okay, so this is really all pretty good stuff going on with this
We're
local
excited.
economic development.
Overall, we've got a whole lot of good stuff.
All right. Now, people that are watching right now might say, I'd like to know a whole lot more. Could they come down and visit with you?
Anytime.
We love visitors.
So where are you located?
We are at 212 Lakeshore Drive West in Dunkirk.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're familiar with Dunkirk, we're right next to, or 2 doors down from the Resource Center. Most people are familiar with that. Nice big building.
Yep. Okay,
So,
super.
small brick building.
All right, it says here, be a fill contest.
Ooh,
What's that all about?
Ida.
Well, we do this at a lot of our events, and we use them for basket raffles that we provide to organizations when they're having an event.
Okay, we're zooming in. Here we
fundraising.
go. Be a philanthropist.
So
Oh,
today-
Phil. Okay, I got you.
Today, we're going to give out a $50 grant from your group here.
From our group. Okay.
Yes, you all put it.
Remember, I invited you here.
So everybody put down their name and their favorite.
the camera for you.
And
No
their-
pressure here.
Okay,
Their
so
favorite chair.
I'll let you pick one.
Yeah, because Doc will pick his own.
Oh yeah, we're not letting him pick.
Of course I will.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
So, 4-H.
4-H.
Christopher.
Christopher. Mm-hmm.
Chris put that down. All right, so
4-H.
for
yep.
Chautauqua County 4-H,
Yep.
that's going to get a $50 little grant.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You heard it here first at Chautauqua
Yeah.
Sunrise. Awesome. All right, I know it's hard to believe we're down to half a minute. So, Diana, what would you like to say?
Well, I want to say thank you to the community
Mm-hmm.
that supports us. We love to hear from community members what they think the needs are, how we can help, because there are so many different ways that we can help, as hopefully you learned from this. And thank you for serving as a board member and all you've done for us. I know, what do you have? Anything?
Well, come have breakfast with us on March 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Support all the local nonprofits on June 11th. And thank you very much for all everybody does in the community for making it such a wonderful place to live and work.
Okay. And again, Chautauqua County is just an awesome place to live. And for those that have just moved to this area, trust us, it is.
Yes. Right.
All right, folks, well, that's a wrap for another Saturday. I hope you learned a little bit more about foundations, grants, and economic development in Chautauqua County. My guests today have been Diane Hannum, Executive Director of the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation, and Ida Lord, Community Relations. I got it right this time, Director for the foundation. So we're going to do this all again Saturday morning at 9 o'clock on Channel 1301 at Spectrum. and around the world live streaming. So take care, and remember, you can watch this again at 2 and 8 on Spectrum. Take care and have a great week and stay warm. It's going to get warmer. It's going to get warmer.
These days.
Take care. Bye now.